that according to a survey done by the BBC just 2 months ago, for every 5 Americans there are 6 guns in the United States? This shocking data is only a mere reflection of the current situation in the US, where guns are no longer used to defend freedom, but quite the contrary, to enslave through fear. Today's world is no longer that world where you had to defend yourself with your bare hands. We have evolved. Today's world weapons are education and consciousness. So, considering the BBC survey and that there are around 327 million Americans, do you really think that the US needs all those weapons? First of all, let me tell you a story about how all of this happened. According to Professor Lund and Winkler, after the US just had become independent, there was a fear of a sudden invasion or a national emergency, mainly because there weren't enough troops for all the colonies. However, nowadays, we must no longer worry for an invasion or security. It is a solved problem. So, you may wonder why people own a gun currently. Well, a study done by the Pew Research Center showed that less than half of the people owning a gun have it for protection, 1/3 for hunting with sports, and the rest for collection or because they can merely can. It means that 1 out of every 4 people owns a gun without a really valid justification. Consequently, this lack of purpose represents a much greater threat than not owning a gun. For instance, in 2017, there were more gun deaths in the US than any year in decades before, according to Black Time. When the same year, according to a study done by the Washington Post, only 6% of the people owning a gun really had to use it to defend themselves. The government, naturally, has taken some measures, but they have proved to be quite inefficient or useless. According to Masters, even though there are policies like the Brandy Handgun Violence Prevention Act and the Gun Control Prevention Act of 1968, the US still quadruples in gun deaths the second country, and it has the highest increase rate of all the nations in the world. Indeed, an outraging fact considering that the US is a first world country. We need actions, we don't need more regulations. Summarizing, times have changed since the last time we considered guns as a reliable solution. Nonetheless, they have become a problem since they lack of a real purpose. And the government still creates more and more regulations which have shown to be inefficient. That's why today I invite all of you to be the change, to start the change, and not by doing big steps, but by taking small steps, by not owning a gun and pressuring our deputies. I'm convinced that we can change the world by changing first ourselves. Thank you.